Yo, I wanted to talk to y'all about the taxes, how it came out on the taxes. I was waiting until I got my paperwork so I could show y'all the official paperwork type of time. But I don't think I'm gonna get home this week to catch the office for their close. I think it's gonna be one of the weeks when I get home on a Saturday. Humbly speaking, you know, I like to think y'all would think I'm good for it. You know, I was gonna wait till I sat down, but we gonna do it like this. Y'all probably rolling, watching me, so was it different? You know, I operated. Damn. I want to say I operated for 2 quarters, 5, 06, 07, 08, 1 quarter, 09, 10, 11, 3. Yeah, might as well say 2 quarters. Officially told the company like, oh no, I'm good. You know, I still have it. I still have my truck in the shop. So I was just like, no, I'm steady racking up deductions. It's been about what, 3-4 weeks at this point. You can cut that shit short. I'm not finna just run for free quick as I get this bitch out of the shop type of time. See what I'm talking about? I kept up with my IFTA. The company, you know, they do the IFTA, but I still, you know, you got to do your due diligence. I kept up with mine. I want to say all together I might have ran like 35,000 miles, and I didn't go that far. And this is why I bought up the quarters in which I operate. After the 3rd quarter ended of 21, I went to my accountant, and I was trying to, you know, pay in quarterly. I didn't understand how that shit worked when you pay in quarterly. You know, niggas will tell you you can pay at the end of the year or pay quarterly. A lot of people, in my opinion, the smart niggas will tell you to pay in quarterly because you would rather pay too much than not enough type of time. See what I'm saying? So I'm thinking they gonna take what I done made, you know, in that quarter, do a math, and this is what I'm expecting to pay. I kept 20% put up, you know, to pay, you know. But that's not how that works. So, especially coming from W-2 to 1099. So what happens is you won't have no history to make an estimated tax payment to pay quarterly, because paying quarterly ain't nothing but a estimated tax payment. You see what I'm saying? So with you being a new, would you know what I'm talking about, considering you would have just got your shit, you would have just leased on or whatever. If you was W-2, I was W-2, I'm back W-2 clearly, but if you was W-2 and you switched over to 1099, the main thing is they're gonna ask is your tax liability accounted for? And my tax liability was already accounted for from what W-2 had already taken out. So I didn't necessarily have to owe nothing, and I wasn't in no deficit. It was good. You see what I'm talking about? So I started off not owing nothing, cause, like I said, because my tax liability was accounted for. So that's the first thing, is the tax liability. So boom, I had gained a little knowledge about that. So I was good. So here come 11. I'm like I say, about around Thanksgiving, you know, that's when everything was settled. So I had all my records. I had records of everything. Like I say, I had my load book where I wrote down where I went, where I delivered, how many miles, and what it was paying gross and paying my percentage. I had my fuel book of everywhere I filled up, the date I filled up, location where I filled up, how much I spent, how many gallons. And then I had all my receipts. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I wish I would have done a better job with the receipts because a lot of them faded. You know what I'm talking about? I couldn't claim a lot of them. But receipts for your meals. I had receipts, of course, for maintenance, parts, tires. All that shoe shine, I had receipts for it type of time. And of course, I had the general write-off. Look. Let me throw this in there. I meant to bring it up, but I forgot to bring it up. I'm just gonna toss this in here. It's a lot of shit. It's a lot of taxable shit that I could have claimed, but I didn't. For one, I did not account my per diem, and I did not account for depreciation, which I don't know if you can account for depreciation on an already older vehicle. But the main thing that I wanted to chime in is I didn't account for my per diem. The government give you so much money per day. You know what I'm talking about? It's for meals, shit like that. Look into it. They give you so much per day gross, and then net. It come down to like, I don't know, $50, $55, some shit like that. Something. But it come down. You get so much a day. Long story short, I didn't claim it. How could I have claimed it? I could have claimed I was being lazy. So what I plan to do, I can't say if it'll work or not, but I don't see why it wouldn't work. But what I should have done or planned to do, I just didn't do it. Every time that I came home for the week, I should have emailed myself my logs, and I should have printed out my logs, and all I would have had to done was highlight, you know, every night that I was not at home, because that's how it accounts. You get the per diem every night that you're not at home. I would have highlighted every damn night that I was not at home, and then I probably would have just wrote a number on the printout, like 4, 5, whatever, however many days I wasn't at home. Probably like 4. Maybe 5 if I left Sunday. I ain't never leave Sunday though, so about 4. So, and my original plan was if I just write a number on each corner of each week, then when it's time for to add up how many days, I wouldn't have to do nothing but go through the paper and add up each number for the whatever number I would say this wasn't home. I would have ended up writing wasn't home for X amount of days for X amount of weeks. Per diem, make it happen, let's claim it. But I didn't do that. And now that I know what I know, I could have just done it on a spreadsheet, but I still would have printed out my logs and had everything highlighted for my own, like I was saying earlier, for my own records type of time like that. Well, it depends on where I throw this in the video. I say it later on in the video, but I would have still had the actual printouts, you know, reflecting of that year for you know, I'd have had my ass covered. I'd have had the paperwork to reapprove, because they might I don't know, they might ask for 21 and 23. Not to speak, you know, invited, but you know, I had my shit in a row where I ain't looking stupid, you know. So that's the one right there. I'm gonna throw that in there. You know what I'm talking about? Home bill. Forgot what the fuck else I wrote off. I didn't really have too many write-offs. Reason being, I had a lot in maintenance. See what I'm saying? I know y'all can say, oh, with that old ass truck, how much it hit you for in the maintenance. Man, hey, for one, shut the fuck up. And for two, if I remember right, bro, with all that shoe shine, parts, and labor I put on that truck, I might have been in it for like, say like 13,500, maybe 14,000. That's, yeah, that sounds like a lot, but that's parts and labor. That's not that bad. You know what I'm saying? That's a rebuild. You know? And plus, the truck paid for its repairs every time on my mama. The truck paid for itself every time. So boom. So what did I do? I kind of was lazy, not gonna lie to you. Some weeks before I planned on dropping off all my paperwork for them to gather it and get it submitted, I had everything together. I ain't gonna, like I said, I was just gonna let them do it. I was like, bro, hell nah, you the accountant, you gonna do this shit. But then I thought about it. I said, bro, you done already learned your lesson. This ain't no sport that you give up control with. You see what I'm saying? Like, this ain't no give up control sport. If you do it, if you can do it, you better do it. So that's what I did. So what I did do, I had, and here's the thing, y'all know I'm telling the truth. I had taxable and I had receipts that could have submitted. But the thing was, I wasn't 1099 then. Go back and look at the video before I even had the truck. All them tools I bought, all that shoe shine and shit. When I changed out the rear end fluid and all that type of shit, like, go back and look at that shit. I wasn't, you know what I'm talking about? I could have claimed it, but I, you know what I'm talking about? I didn't want to be shysty about it. So I claimed what I could claim in the proper time frame or whatever. So boom. I forgot where I was going. Hear me out. I got 2 points I want to make. So boom. What I did do, I went through all my receipts. Everything from 05 to 11, I took and I wrote on paper. It didn't take long. I took and I wrote on paper. I put like, and I went from 05 to 11, so everything is in order. I would say, for example, maintenance and repairs. I went through, gathered all those receipts, date, time and place. I put over to the side, like parts, repair, maintenance, whatever the fuck. And then I wrote out to the side how much it was. See what I'm talking about? I went all the way down for that. The receipts, the food receipts and shit that I could claim, I wrote down, same thing, the amount, the amount, the place, type of shit like that. My phone bill, I printed out the monthly statement, and I believe I just put like, I just highlighted, you could say, I just put brackets around the months that was applicable to, you know, be taxable. And also, I believe what helped me out is my expense sheet from the carrier, which would be, damn, I don't remember what was all on the expense sheet. I want to say what was on the expense sheet was, of course, the trailer. Damn, I don't quite remember what the fuck else was on, but I had the expense sheet behind all that shoe shine or whatever. So anyways, I got everything together. I just wrote it out on paper, just to be simple. And this is the second point that I wanted to make. I know I'm being long-winded about it, but this is getting into the second point I wanted to make. I wrote it out on paper, nice and neat, legible, and it was very easily understandable. So the next motherfucker, that whoever, you know what I'm talking about, when you look at it, you knew what the fuck was going on, and you can understand, okay, I understand this is for this correlates with that, you know. So boom, I'm having all those receipts and all that stuff like that. But what I've come to learn is, your accountant not gonna be wanting all them receipts and shit, because he not gonna, like I'm saying, he or she not gonna want all them receipts. See what I'm saying? I had to simplify that shit. Like, keep in mind, this is my first time doing this shit. I had to simplify that shit. They gonna want, nah, hell nah, them niggas going too slow. They gonna want something simple, which leads right into my second point. Like, I went through and did all that shit by hand. They was telling me, actually I got 2 points. They was telling me that go and get your bank statements and you can highlight what your expenses was more easily, because we can see date, time, exactly where it was spent, all that type of shit, right? But I told them, I said, bro, I be paying for shit with cash. It was like, okay, nothing wrong with that, but for the sake of taxes, you probably should be swiping your card for shit that's taxable. You see what I'm saying? Because you can easily get your statements every month and highlight it. You see what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, cool, that makes hella sense. Cool. But I know me. you know, I swipe the card when necessary, but for the most part, I just pay your ass. Like I said, I bought all the receipts in and shit with me. I had all the proof. But you're not gonna need that. What you gonna need is like a fucking simple spreadsheet that explains what the fuck it isn't, type of shit like that. Like, you ain't gonna need all that. In my opinion, with the little knowledge that I do know, you supposed to keep up with your bills, your receipts and all this shit in case you ever get audited or some shit like that. That's what that come in handy for, to prove it. So if they ever be like, oh, you said this, that, and the next, and it ain't that. No, it is this. Here's the proof. Here's the receipts right here. This is exactly what I accounted for. You see what I'm talking about? That proof is for you, not necessarily for the accountant. You see what I'm talking about? If I was to do anything differently this time around, to be honest with y'all, I need to go ahead and buy me a laptop. I've been saying I need to buy a laptop for years and haven't done it. I'm gonna get around to it. But I would do a laptop, and what I would do, honestly, bro, I would do a weekly update every week. I would have one simple spreadsheet for fuel where I can just simply type in date, location, and how much I spent. And I believe, if I'm not misleading y'all, the spreadsheet and shit will add itself up, so you ain't even gotta add shit up. You know, I would do that. I would do the same. Y'all do the, you know, for the fuel, maintenance, type of shit like that. I would just put all this shit in a spreadsheet where I can easily print it out and submit it. And I would also take advantage of the advice he told me and just swipe the card about it. And once you get your statement every month, you could just swipe it. So boom, what I did know was they can't tax what you pay yourself. So I would have paid myself more. I can't complain too much because I did write myself a check every week to pay myself. See what I'm saying? But I would have paid myself more, to where, you see what I'm saying? I'd have paid myself more. I'd pay myself like $1,700, $2,000 a week. It's the same money. It's just coming out of a different account. You know, and since it's coming out of a different account, it can be represented differently. So I'd probably pay myself hella more than what I was paying myself. Oh, my mama. Looking back, bro, I kind of get irritated. I'm really paying myself like a motherfucking company driver. Oh, my mama, I was just really trying to get my damn maintenance up like that. But now that I you know what I'm talking about, now that I know what I know, it's the same damn thing. You know what I'm saying? So, regardless, let's get to the point of it. That's what I would have done differently. You know what I'm talking about? That's what I'd have done differently. And even if I didn't do it differently, this shit, I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of old school when it comes to certain shit. Pen and paper ain't gonna never go wrong, bro. And if I simply update my motherfucking pen and paper every time and taxable or an accountable expense happens, and I got proof of the receipt, fuck you. I keep submitting them paperwork. It's fine. They accepted it this time, they'll accept it next time. It's very easy. Make sure, you know what I'm talking about? So I think I came out pretty good. Impressive, almost. I expected to owe a lot more than what I come out owing. I ended up owing, I didn't owe anything to my state. But I owed, I ain't gonna say owed, but I gotta pay Uncle Sam like $200 and some odd dollars. It's not, I don't even think it's close to 300. It's like, it's 200 some odd dollars that I owe to the Uncle Sam. And then I owe my accountant like 200 for preparing it. Which I think is a good deal because they used to charge me the same 200 to do W-2s. So I get better value out of it, at least in my opinion. Now I'm gonna tell y'all, at first I was like, damn, I got to come at 500, damn near 500, damn. But then I thought about it. I said, bro, look, think about it, bro. All that money you made, it's not that bad, bro. They would take 200 some odd dollars from you. They done already took 200 some odd dollars from me since I done came back company. You see what I'm saying? And you see what I'm saying? And now I'm knowing how to maneuver with the paperwork. And that's really what I wanted to get into earlier. Like, I am not disappointed about this shit, how this shit is unfolding, how this shit is happening. I'm my mama. But I'm telling you, now that I done went through the ropes of this shit, now that I seen who I can fuck with and who I can't fuck with, now I done seen what is real and what's not, you know what I'm talking about? Boy, my next time come out on my mama, nigga, humbly speaking, nigga ain't gonna be able to tell me nothing. On my mama, it ain't shit but to run it back, bro. I know what I need to do now. I know how to treat this shit now. Truck, it's a fucking machine, bro. Man and machine. All you gotta make sure your machine is well oiled and put together, and it do what it do. See about your machine. You see what I'm saying? I done got over that. I want a classic. I want all that, bro. I done got to the point to where I want some shit that I can use and make money with. I can get what I want later. On my mama. I can get what I want later. Right now, I need some shit that will go to fucking work. On my mama. Point blank and period. And the approach is still the same. We're gonna sell our shit. The sale of our shit is gonna fund another one. Your boy has been doing exactly what he told you he was gonna do. I've been saving my motherfucking chickens. You see what I'm saying? So I'ma have that, and I'ma have what I'm working with now. We're gonna buy something. We're gonna run it. We're gonna run through his ass again. We're gonna put all that shoe shine on his ass again. Except this time around, we're gonna lease on, and it's not gonna be no little short term. It's not gonna be no little, you see what I'm saying? This next time around, gonna be for some longevity. On my mama. This next time around, gonna be about some stability. See what I'm talking about? This next time around, gonna come with a nigga that know how to move. That know what the fuck. On my mama, my whole mindset about this shit done changed. I'm knowing what the fuck. I'm knowing what's real, bro. I'm knowing what's real. I'm knowing how to go about this shit. I'm knowing how to think about it. Think about it, bro. I come from, bro. I look at this shit differently. And now I can understand, say for example, how niggas will just buy shit that they want, don't give a fuck about the history, don't give a fuck about none of that. Because I'm going to give it my own history. I'm going to see about it my damn self. I'm going to run this hole, and what I see fit is going to be fit and done. You see what I'm talking? I can understand that shit now, especially niggas that's already established and got the pockets for it. I completely understand that shit. So, I think, in my opinion, I come out good on the taxes. Sometimes you got to get out here. Bro, it's only so much you can learn. It's a lot you can learn listening to a motherfucker and whatnot. But at the same time, when you get out and play ball about it, it's different. See what I'm talking about? Like the first time you played baseball, you put it like this, bro. I'm not tripping, bro. On my mama, I'm not mad at myself because, like I said, I don't know if I told y'all, I knew how to play ball. On my mama, I knew how to play ball. I got out here and handled and conducted myself accordingly. It was the shit that I didn't necessarily watch videos about, or I simply just didn't fucking know. Like I say, I didn't know about to be weary about that swapped out shit. I'm thinking I can get anything leased on or whatever type of shit like that. I just knew to look for motor, transmission, rear end. I knew you know what I'm talking about? I knew the basics, building blocks. So I had a strong ass foundation, and why I'm my mama, y'all steady watching me build up on this motherfucker. Yeah, I'm my mama, it ain't shit but to do it. It ain't shit but to run it back. On my mama. Some motherfucking patience. But anyway, I think I came out good on the taxes. You know? Because I'm knowing how much, knowing what the money was looking like. You know? Think I come, and plus, think about it, bro. All this shit is aging my LLC and everything. All this shit finna look good. All this shit finna look good. I got some taxes in the book and some more shit. My shit been formed for a while. You know, all that shit gonna look good. Long term. Niggas know what I'm talking about. I hope I wasn't just fucking everywhere scrambling, rambling and shit in this video. I think I did a good job of, you know what I'm talking about. I hope, perhaps maybe you watch this and you be like, damn, this shit is not as scary as what I thought it was. It's not. It's not. One thing that I want to say before I go, the experience is priceless. The experience is priceless. The knowledge is priceless. See what I'm saying? Every day, regardless of how I feel, my approach is I'm gonna get up and do something about it, just like I said earlier. And I'm just thankful that I was even able to participate and experience the shit every day on my mama. You know? So it ain't nothing to it but to bounce back. We know what we need. You get that shit together and know what you need beforehand. You know? And that's how I come out. Until then, y'all. I'll see y'all next one, y'all.